नहमदुहु व नुसल्ली अला रसूलिही करीम अम्मा बाद फ़ाउज़ बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम. Assalamu alaikum everybody. I hope you are all well and good. Well, thank you so much for having me, for having us, and I'm very happy to be here and addressing what I consider you as my friends, as my teacher, as my fellows. And thank you IELTS for giving us this opportunity to present ourselves. And thank you Sir Ahmed and Ma'am Nimra. They made me able to say something in front of you, in front of such a large crowd. Clap for both. Now I introduce myself. I am Husnain Anwar. My father's name is Muhammad Anwar. And I did my intermediate I come from Punjab College. And I am 21. And I come from the village Darkaliya, which is located on the Bhagwa Road, Sialkot. And now I'm going to talk about a very common situation. Why do people go abroad? If someone says that Pakistan is my motherland, I spent my childhood here, my parents, my relatives, my friends are here, and the most important, I love Pakistan. And then when you ask him, what you want to do in your life? And he says, I want to go abroad. Because the lacks of opportunities in our country. If someone says that Pakistan is my motherland, I spent my childhood here, my parents, my relatives, my friends are here, and the most important, I love Pakistan. And then when you ask him, what do you want to do in your life? And he says, I want to go abroad. Because the lacks of opportunities in our country. The first thing is dragging to us is better job opportunities and higher income. A person might go abroad if there are just not a lot of good opportunities in their country. There are many cases of overseas workers, especially in Asia. They choose to be separated from their families, just so they can provide their families. And for studying all things considered, yes, because it helps a student to expand their horizon and learn things that may not be learned in their own country. But it must be said that studying abroad isn't necessarily easy. There are unique challenges that come with going overseas to study. But it's a great life lesson and the experience. And the currency difference between Pakistan and many other countries make people more thoughtful to move abroad. If there are a huge difference, for example, when we convert dollar into Pakistani rupees, it becomes more than double. Their families spend their lives in comfort and luxuries. Mostly it happens that 1% of a family member live abroad, and behind it, all the family members live better lives. And at the end, corruption is indeed one of the main issues of Pakistan. For any reasonable job or any work, you must have a source, means you must have a reference or a bribe someone. So that is the reason there is no value of skills, merit, and talent here. And people want to go abroad. So that's covered everything I want to say about that. Living abroad isn't easy, especially at first. One should be determined about this regardless of the reason, and then you go. And don't see expectation. Just imagine reality and then go. To explain my words, I'm going to tell you one short story. Once in the zoo, they had one lion. Due to the financial problem, they closed zoo, and they thought to leave lion in the forest, so he can live his remaining life freely in a good way. But after some days, they got news of lion, he is dead, because some wild dogs attacked on him, and they ate lion. Lion had potential that he could kill all the dogs alone, but he didn't recognize because he was living in a small area, in a small world. And he was getting food by zoo members, and he never attacked on anybody or faced these kind of things. So living with family, we never find out our limits because family provides us all comfort things. So living abroad is a challenging experience. We have to adopt to a new culture and a new way of life. Immersing yourself in a foreign environment requires flexibility and determination and improve your character. Thank you for your attention.